Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, welcome. I hope you've been enjoying my videos so far, and if you haven't seen any, please definitely check out. I definitely do have a lot of videos. So yeah, today I wanted to discuss a topic that I just find to be very important to me, very important to my growth and my growth that still needs to come, basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely push that subscribe button. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing pretty much my natural hair journey and how it kind of came about, and the processes and just emotional journey I had to go through with going natural. So as you guys know, who have watched my previous videos, I have alopecia areata, lost my hair, blah blah blah. All happened in 2012. So that was the year that I went natural. But before I go into detail with, you know, where I am today and with my natural hair, I want to just discuss what, you know, black hair, what my hair was before, and how I viewed my hair and what my natural hair was. So from a very young age, I used to relax my hair. I can still remember the first day my mom took my sister and I to go relax our hair, and I remember just thinking it was just this fascinating thing, like, you know, what are we doing? Like, because my mom's hair was always relaxed, so I was always like, why can't I have hair like that? And eventually went, and I think my mom can correct me, but I think I was like 8 or 9. I don't remember. So, you know, my perception or my image of my hair and what I saw as my natural hair was relaxed hair. I never thought of my curly hair that used to grow out as like, you know, this is what my natural form of hair is. Relaxed hair is just all I knew, and it's all I did. So, you know, growing up, whenever there was growth, it was like, woo, growth, you gotta relax that, you gotta take that kink away and straighten that hair, you know. So I never really internalized what that actually meant and what standard of beauty you know, we were kind of living up to, aspiring to. And it was not until I went to university, in my first year I did sociology, and we started discussing all these in-depth concepts about, you know, whitewashing of beauty, and just discussing what, you know, relaxing really, where the root of why we straighten our hair, and, you know, trying to get rid of the kink and, you know, live up to these standards of straight hair, you know, fair skin, blah blah blah. And I mean, for me, this was like, it was like breathtaking. I remember sitting in that class, and I was one of those people, like, I loved to engage. I used to, you know, ask questions in uni and like really try to understand and, you know, internalize what I was learning. And, you know, then I just started to think about myself, my personal journey, and, you know, what my concept of beauty was in terms of myself and what I looked like. And I remember, like, I always used to think, I was like, wow, like, I can't picture myself with an afro. Like, to me, what I thought, like, what I see as my natural hair was my relaxed hair. But every time my growth comes out, it's like, bah, get rid of that, go, can't be having that kink. So anyways, I feel like the natural hair, fast forward, like, the natural hair movement kind of started really coming out, or I started seeing it more in like 2012, like maybe end of 2011-12, and more people had natural hair, and it was like, wow, you know, this is admirable, it's beautiful. And, you know, I also find it so sad that, you know, back then we even had to be like, wow, this is admirable, this is amazing, you're doing this, you know, despite how the public's going to see you, when this, all we're talking about is our natural way our hair grows, you know. And I was like, oh, you know, like, I admired, oh my gosh, when I would see girls with their natural hair out and everything, I was like, wow, you guys look so beautiful, and I wish I could look that beautiful, but I just couldn't imagine myself, you know, looking as beautiful as that with my natural hair. I was just always used to having straighter hair, or having long hair, or having my braids, always having something. And then obviously my alopecia came about, and, you know, it was an emotional roller coaster, like emotional roller coaster. And so when that started to get really bad, I stopped relaxing my hair. So the last time I relaxed my hair was, I think, beginning of 2012. And I So I was going to see the doctor doing laser treatment, whatever, and he's like, you know, you should cut your hair. And oh my god, like that was just the most emotional thing for me to come to grips with, was me having to cut my hair, because I hated short hair on me. I hated it. I always wanted long hair. I always wanted something long to feel beautiful. So, you know, when he said this, I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And he's like, you know, I know it's hard. It's just going to make it easier with washing. You know, you'll lose less shampoo or conditioner. You know, it'll cost less. And it will stop damage, because, you know, when you have longer hair, you have to comb it out and blah, blah, blah. And it can get tangled and, you know, add stress on your scalp. So, you know, I had to consider all these things. And I think it took me about 2 months or something to just, one day, I remember I was sitting at home at my place, and I think I was doing work, and then I just got up and I'm like, you know what, I got up, I took a pair of scissors and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, okay, it's time. And I just started bloop, 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 cutting off my relaxed hair. And then I was still very attached to it, and attached, even though, guys, like when I say I had so many patches, like it was like I had more patches than hair, still I was holding on to that part because it had emotional significance to me. So I, you know, cut that hair up, put it in a packet, and I just kept it under my sink. I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away yet, because emotionally I just wasn't in that space to accept that this is my life and this is what I'm dealing with. So I kept it for a long time. Like that hair was just chilling down there. Like I just couldn't throw it away. So and then I just looked at myself in the mirror and I was just like, well, you know, this is it. And you know, every day seeing myself with like the patches plus just like my natural hair, it was just this weird space because of how insecure I was and how I didn't feel beautiful. And I just felt like I pretty much was forced to go natural. And I went natural without really deconstructing my perception of myself, deconstructing my perception of my beauty, what it is to be beautiful, and really you know, decolonizing my mind in terms of seeing myself with straight hair and seeing that as beautiful. Like I only see beauty with straight hair. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like high curls, you know, like, you know, when people have them loose curls that be looking good all day long, but not my kink. My kink was like, you know, 4C kink, where I was just like, I don't see myself as that beautiful with that hair. But the thing is, with everyone else who did it, I saw it as just so beautiful. I was always, I'm like a very complimentary person. Like I'm complimenting, I just compliment people all the time. And I was like, wow, you look so beautiful with your hair, blah, blah, blah. And I'd always ask, like, how do you maintain it? How do you have your hair growing, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, trying to just like get tips and stuff. So, you know, and then I was wearing my wigs and whatever. And I was even like in front of my family for a long time. I didn't even want them to see me without a hat on, with my patches along with my natural hair. Then it got to a point I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep shaving my head off, because then my fro kept growing too big. So when I put my wigs on, they were a bit like like made my hair real big because it was just a poof and then a wig. So yeah, so I started then shaving my head. My dad would do it for me, and I actually look quite nice with a shaved head, but because I think I have a nice shaved head, but like I'm not ready to do Amber Rose on me yet. Like I'm not ready for that. Maybe one day, but I'm not there. But yeah, so I used to shave it, and then I would just like have my wigs. Nobody really got to see my head except like, I remember one time when I finally showed like my aunt and uncle, who I'm really close to, I just came out like, wow, this is me. And like my fro, guys, you know, everyone's got that fro stage where it just be looking a little bit off. I was in that stage for a long time. Like my hair was like this big, and you know, by your ears it's kind of like poof, and then like no poof, and just like, yeah, plus the patches. So it really, you know, it took me a long time to really like internalize or see myself as beautiful with my natural hair and my natural kink, and just feel as beautiful as I look with straight hair. And you know, throughout the years, like my hair would grow and grow, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you need to wear your fro out. And firstly, it's a lot of maintenance, and the problem with that is that from a young age, because you're never taught that how to maintain natural hair, how to, you know, get, you know, have a routine be normalized and just be what you do to your hair, it's hassle. So when you first start, it can be hassle. I'm like, bruh, I'm not gonna be twisting my hair out every single night just so it's stretched and whatever. And the thing about that too is that we want to stretch it out, and we don't want to leave it at its natural, you know, because bruh, shrinkage guys, black hair and shrinkage, it is magic. That's why our hair is just magic. But the thing is, like, you know, we want to stretch our hair out and have like our cool curls or whatever. And I was just like, man, that's a lot of work, and I'm not trying to do that. So I was always wearing my wigs and stuff. But even then, even though, you know, I would use the excuse of it being a hassle, I knew that I still wasn't seeing myself as that. Like, you know, there are times like I'll take pictures, I would really show myself with my natural hair, but only in pictures, because in motion I feel like, oh, if I turn this way, this angle's not that nice because my hair's not full here, so it looks weird. Or like, oh, I just in live motion I was just like, I can't do that, I'm not ready for that yet, but I will show my progression, my growth. So I used to post on Instagram and stuff with my improvement and my hair growth. And then, was that last year, end of 2016, my hair grew long enough to tie. So, you know, this has moved past my hair actually all growing back. And then as soon as it grew back, I didn't mention that, I started braiding again. And that was like my happy place, because y'all know I love my braids. So when I got to braid again, it was such an emotional thing for me. I did this whole big post like, guys, y'all don't know what I've been going through, but I've been missing my braids, and I got my braids, like blah blah blah, and explaining a bit of my alopecia and whatnot. And then I remember the first time I posted a picture of me with my afro after I took those braids out, and it grew a bit more, but it was still short. But I was so shy. I remember sending it to one of my best friends. I'm like, oh my gosh, should I post this? They're like, yeah, dude, like, it's so nice. And I posted it, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, Tam, like, you're always going on about how I have a nice fro, but look at your fro, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know, I'm getting there, guys. But yeah, from then on, I started to post, you know, my growth, how my hair was doing, blah blah blah. And then last year I started to wear it out, and I really started to wear it in a bun, and you know, it looked really nice. And then I got onto the hype of like putting a little bit of extension just to make my bun look a bit bigger, because bruh, sometimes it was looking like a little mosquito bite on my head. So I need some volume. So yeah, eventually I got to the point of wearing my hair out. I'm like, you know, actually I can do this. But you know, I always have to challenge myself and really think about, okay, like, I was wearing my hair out, but I'm still in that space where when I have my actual fro, like, just poof, sometimes I still have this thing of like, oh, you don't look that pretty. Like, you're pretty, but you know, it could be better. It could be better. But I'm still working on that, and I've definitely, you know, gotten more comfortable with my hair out and just feeling like, yeah, girl, like, you rock this natural hair. And I love my hair, and I really cherish it, especially with, you know, the issues that I have. And it really kills me sometimes that I have this thing where I sometimes don't feel as beautiful, and I'm like, I need to consciously fight myself and consciously fight that thought and be like, no, girl, wear your fro. And that's why I decided, you know, I'm gonna do a video with my fro, because my fro be looking good. Even though I got my patches, like, there's still volume. The volume's coming back, because there was a time last year something happened and my hair just started falling out, and then it started getting thin, and then it also started falling out end of the year. But now it's like thick, but you know, the patches they're still coming. But yeah, so I just thought it was important to, you know, talk about this and just really relay that how my journey with my natural hair came about, and how it was kind of brought upon me without really, like, you know, thinking to myself, or like really training myself to be like, you need to love your natural form in every way. My body, my face, because I like makeup. I love makeup, but I don't need it, and I don't have to have it all the time, and I'm quite comfortable with being without makeup. But with my hair was one of the bigger challenges, and that was something that I've dealt with, I'm dealing with, and I've come a long way, because I really do love my hair and stuff. But yeah, I just thought it was important to share that, because I think a lot of people also struggle with this and struggle with going natural, just because of this idea of what beauty is in our society, and how it is, you know, whitewashed to white features, white hair, white whatever. And I feel like we're in a good space now where a lot of women of color are really finding themselves, we're finding ourselves, we're finding our value in our natural form, and really challenging these norms in our society in terms of beauty. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope it was informative. I hope, you know, you can understand from my perspective and how these type of things have affected me, and see that, you know, I'm growing, and yeah, but I still love my wigs, and I'm not the, you know, I'm not that person that's like, you know, I see people still relaxing their hair and still do, you know, I'm wearing straight wigs. I straighten my wig. I don't judge people and be like, oh, you don't love yourself, you don't love your hair. You no, because that's the thing I love about black hair is our hair can be so versatile, and we can do so much with it that why the if not, like, if I want to wear a straight wig, I'm gonna wear a straight wig. If someone wants to relax their hair, they can relax their hair. If someone wants their hair natural, they can have their hair natural. Nobody should have dictatorship over like what you want to do with your hair, you know? So I'm gonna continue to wear my curly, my straight, my wavy, my whatever wigs, and I still love it, you know? As well as love my natural hair and continue to see the beauty in my hair. Everybody else looks absolutely beautiful with their natural hair, and you know, if you are struggling out there with kind of, you know, seeing yourself with your natural hair, just challenge yourself, and you know, if worse comes to worse, you can get some wigs if you're struggling. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I hope it was informative. I hope it's some way inspiring, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I can't remember what else I wanted to say, but that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, definitely give it a thumbs up, and again, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.